So, hello, this is us from Mother Murphy's Beyond the Tea Room, and today I have not one guest, but I have two guests. And not only have I got two guests, but I have got two photographers.
What do you call a collection of photographers? I don't know. A flash of photographers?
Flash of photographers?
We're going with that.
We'll go with
Very good. Yeah. So, do you want to introduce yourselves? Emma?
I'm Emma. I'm from Wardrobe Photography, and I mainly photograph weddings and events.
I'm Jenny from JB Moments Photography, and I photograph all sorts of things as long as there's people and pets in them.
Mm-hmm. And the noise in the background is Florence drinking her water. Yeah, very, very good timing. So, I already knew Jenny, and I'd met Jenny a few years ago, and then I met Emma with the Rotary Club just recently, and then they were commenting on all the posts. I was like, why are you commenting on my posts? It turns out that actually you knew each other as well. So so we are now doing Rocky Road, because the deal was if you came, it had to involve chocolate. So what better than Rocky Road?
There is plenty of chocolate.
So we are going to, now I have done one I made earlier because all the videos have here's us making, here's us baking, and here's us eating.
Right.
So the Rocky Road wouldn't have set in time for us to eat. So I have made one earlier for us to taste later.
That's very Blue Peter.
It is.
Yes, it is, it is. And you're going to make one each to take home with you.
Good plan.
So we're going to do it in 2 containers. So what we need to know is, are you going to be well behaved?
No, probably not.
Okay.
No.
So when we're doing the chocolate, we're going to do it in one pan, and then one of you is going to have to share it out between the 2 tubs.
I'm much more trustworthy than me.
I know.
Really not.
So
It's asking a lot.
when I was younger, if we had anything like that where you got a cake and you had to slice it.
My mum would make one of us slice and the
Yes,
other pick.
Yeah, one cut and one pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'd get rulers out and everything.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So we're going to make it. Normally I'd make it in a huge tin.
Yes.
But we're going to do 2 little ones. So we're going to do these. Do you want to just put a little bit of grease?
Okay.
You're not really greasing the tin. You're just making it so that the greaseproof paper sticks. So
I'm going to wash my hands because
Yes.
I have been licked by Florence,
Oh,
who's
I'm not
very
bothered.
affectionate and lovely.
I've got 3 dogs, so I don't care.
that'll do. And just squash that in, and it's just making it so that it sticks, and it just makes it a little bit easier. And I'm sure this noise is really crinkly for the viewers, but
That's beautiful.
it is. Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. And that's yours. I've bruised yours.
Okay, thank you very much.
Push that in. So we have chocolate, just a little bit of chocolate.
Yeah.
We have a few Maltesers. Yeah. We have a few marshmallows. We've got golden syrup. We've got butter, and we've got digestive biscuits in the tea room. Oh, yeah.
So I'm delighted you don't, but I've had Rocky Roads and they have the glacé cherries, and I don't like glacé cherries, so I'm delighted they're not in there. So is it still a Rocky Road without them? It can be anything you want.
Rocky Road is without.
Right.
If they put other bits in, it's not Rocky Road.
What is it?
Tiffin or something or something.
Okay.
But anyway, so in the tea room, this Rocky Road was called Awesome Rocky Road because it is awesome. And it was the only time that we used a bought biscuit, because it has to be, I know I'm kind of advertising, but it has to be McVitie's digestive biscuits. It has to be proper Maltesers, and it has to be Cadbury's Dairy Milk. It's just not the same if it's not. Okay, so the first thing that
I'm just enticed by the shed load of butter.
Yeah. To be fair, you're happy at the pile of dairy milk.
We'll put these just to one side for now. And who's going to melt all the gunginess? Who's going to be brave enough? Can I just get a...
Oops.
And what we need is, we're going to use, believe it or not, you're going to use half the chocolate in the mix and then half the chocolate for the top of it.
Now I know why it's called awesome.
Yeah.
So you want 3.5 bars of chocolate.
Just in the pan.
Yes. Yep. And break it all up. So we'll use the others later. Now, if you would just, do you want to just?
Oh,
come
sorry.
back in so
Sorry.
you can see it, Emma? So if you would
Prone
just
to
melt
wandering.
in chocolate by itself, you would put it in a bowl over some
Uh-huh.
water to melt it. But because we're putting it with butter and the golden syrup,
Does that mean it won't seize?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
You know all the terminology.
Oh yeah, check me out.
So keep half of one of those bars.
Okay, let's get it.
Yeah. Well, that one will. That one
Okay.
will be half.
So what sort of photography do you do then, Jenny?
So newborns, families. I do quite a lot of commercials, so personal branding, pet photography, anything. Like I say, and I do the odd wedding, but not as many as Emma.
Okay.
Just
This one
because-
again?
Yes. Yeah. Just make sure you save half of one of them.
Okay.
So, but photographers, you haven't been a photographer all your life, have you?
Well, I did get my first camera when I was 8, and I did it as my hobby. But no, I went to university and thought I had to get a proper job, so I spent 20 years as a banker.
Okay.
Started on a graduate scheme, and then
Save half of
Yes.
that one. Okay.
stayed with the same bank for 20 years, and then eventually my soul couldn't take it any longer, and I left to pursue my passion, and that was 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never look back.
Never looked back. As I like to say, never been poorer, but never been happier.
Well, yeah.
And you can't put a price on happiness.
So, who's going to do the melting?
Me.
Let's put the golden syrup in and the butter. Yes. See these backseat drivers?
Oh no.
Yellow. So, and you have the spatula as well. So, what about you then, Emma?
So weirdly, very similar. I also had a career in banking.
I haven't realised that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, didn't really love it. Not quite as long as Jenny, about 15 years. And then I went to work for the Prince and Princess of Wales Hospice for a very short space of time. And then I went back to college and did photography. And that was...
Just turn around.
Oh, sorry, apologies.
So the camera's seeing
All the
it.
butter?
So,
Yeah, all of that butter.
So yeah, that was kind of my journey as well. So yes, yeah. So yeah, worked for.
You're
Sorry.
smiling at the camera. Yeah. Speak to the camera.
Apologies.
Yep.
Yes, you can tell that we're definitely not used to being
Yeah,
on this side of the camera.
prefer to be the other side.
Feels very, very, very peculiar. But yes, so yeah, worked in banking for about 15 years.
Which
out of
bank did
university.
you work for?
So I worked for NatWest and then Barclays.
Oh, see, I was
So,
RBS, and then we
yes.
bought NatWest.
Yes. Yes. So that was, and then, but yeah, definitely it was what I wanted to do, and it was, yeah, big change, but it's definitely a very different world. But yeah.
Where did you go to college to study? See, this is where I feel an imposter because I
did
didn't.
Open University.
I didn't study.
Photography.
I just.
Yeah, I did Open University photography, which was actually really good. It kind of because it was at home and I had a very small person at home, so it helped a little bit because I was able to study in the evenings.
Yeah, just as and when.
Yeah.
So we have 35 digestive biscuits here.
35. Is that
35.
how many packets is that?
It's one and a bit.
Okay.
Right.
One and a bit. Can I just say that I am mightily impressed that both of you have brought all that chocolate up and not one of you took a little square.
Yeah,
It was
I can't.
hard.
I can't say the same for the Maltesers.
No. I hope you're not planning on counting the Maltesers because
No.
yeah, that's
So
going to be a
what we
problem.
need is the biscuits to be broken up, and you can either do that by putting them, if you're having a bad day, put them in a bag, get a rolling pin and bash them.
Mhm. Can you put someone's face on the front of
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
yeah, photograph them. Yeah. Not that we're condoning violence. Yeah. But what we're going to do is we're going to put them into a food
Okay.
processor
Right.
and do it so it's.
Oh, so they need
it's
to be
actually
like
quicker.
properly broken up.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is probably the
Nice.
bit that we'll just chop out because it's a little bit
Okay.
noisy. You don't want it so that it's completely blitzed. You want a few little bits in it. But if you find like you've got big bits in it, what you can do is you can just put those back in again. So obviously being very careful with this because this is sharp. They're just a little bit too big, so we'll put those back in.
So is there a quality control?
They're too just big bits. They're just too big.
What did Jess come and make?
So me and Jenny, we both know Jessica, who's the illustrator for my books, and she made Empire biscuits.
Ah.
Yeah, very nice.
My husband is very fond of a good Empire biscuit.
So when I first came up here, I didn't really know what an Empire biscuit was because it wasn't.
Yeah,
something
I
that we had
struggled
done.
with that. Yeah.
And then when I came, and then these huge, ginormous things that were rock hard. So I don't think I like these. And then somebody gave me a recipe for them. I was like, this is what a Rocky Road. This is what an Empire biscuit is.
Yeah, the best one.
I'm afraid
So
it's not
It's not the first thing I'd pick.
No.
And I wouldn't necessarily go for millionaire's shortbread, although I know yours is something special. I do like a brownie though, Deborah.
Yeah. If
Get
we're
out
coming
of this
again.
kitchen now.
There's two things Deborah and I argue
Is
about:
it
brownies
the
and
the cork thing there. Just put the pan on.
oh, what you oh. And the fact that Yorkshire puddings only go with beef. These are our two big,
I know.
and not on a Christmas dinner.
Deborah sent me a very lovely picture of a truly spectacular Yorkshire pudding.
Yes,
the other day.
Yorkshire puddings for Easter Sunday because yes, Yorkshire puddings go with everything. They do.
It's roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
When I first met Jim, and I was like, oh God, this is the man I've been waiting to meet all my life. He's like my new soulmate, or my only soulmate, and then he was talking, and doing this impressing thing and saying, I'm going to cook Sunday lunch for you. I was like, oh,
how many Yorkshires do you want?
No, he didn't even say that. And he was telling me what we were having, and I was like, oh, what about Yorkshire puddings? It's like, oh, right, okay. Wait for it. He said, I'll just go and buy some. I was like, do you actually buy Yorkshire puddings? So he went and bought these.
Bessie's are pretty good.
I'm Bessie's. So then it came to Christmas, and he's planning Christmas. This is going to be great, And I was saying, we're having mashed potatoes. No, I said, we're not having mashed potatoes. I said, of course you're having mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, carrot and turnip mashed together, pigs in blankets, roast potatoes, and there has got to be Yorkshire pudding.
Where's the Brussels?
Well, yeah, Brussels, yeah.
I feel like you could lose those and it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Well,
not the way I do them.
I don't like them.
Not
but
daft.
I do kind of have them at Christmas.
You kind of
that's
have to, don't
probably
you?
just about melted. So, what we've got.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I know.
See, I could just take a dip in there.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking that a bit like a really extravagant fondue.
Dawn French doing that.
Yeah.
So this is all kind of mixed nicely, and you don't need to wait for it to completely melt on the heat because it just melts itself. And we're just waiting for that last little bit of butter. So I think the first time.
So good.
I know. Yeah, it's a shame we haven't got smell-o-vision. So I think the first time I met you, Jenny, I came along armed with Yorkshire parking.
Well, you told the most beautiful story from the Tales of the Tea Room about the parking, but then I have to say you were very reluctant to give it up to us all as a taste. She was like, you're not going to like this, you don't want a piece. And she was very, very reluctant when we all went in and wanted seconds. She was like, no.
And I thought, I'll take loads home. Big cake.
That's a good. Surely that's what you want. There's nothing worse than baking it.
Not with parking. Not with parking. No.
No.
Okay. We have all that.
Okay.
Give it a stir, and then you need to pop that.
You're doing that.
You're gonna get some bits. Okay. So it's okay that you've got this kind of thinner layer on the top.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
all
check it.
mixed in. Just
Right.
go for it.
Just pour it in.
All
I've
in.
got the upper body strength for this.
Yeah, all in. Pour it all.
How good does that look?
Oh, I need to do some quality control testing
Do you
here.
want to stir?
No, I want the Maltesers.
just stir away.
Stir it. You want it all mixed.
I'm torn between do I want to take pictures of this or do I want to just stick my face in it?
Oh, that was a doubler.
Right.
You were
Stop you in a second because I need some pictures of this.
How good does that smell?
It smells amazing.
So what you want is try and do it fairly quickly,
Okay.
so that it's not
That's
cooling
what-
down.
Oh, you've got a big biscuit there.
Dear.
Oh, that's a big biscuit.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe take that one out. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we might have to look after that one later.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Oh,
You can't just go chucking in a whole load of Maltesers.
Go on then, because I know you're dying to.
I've already eaten one. Oh, I need to taste this one as well.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
They're very dangerous.
See, if I was doing a Nigella now, I'd be like, and these clatter seductively in the bowl.
I don't
Stop
think
it coming off.
I don't think we could afford to make this in the tea room now.
Not with the size of those
No,
malt.
because the ingredients are so expensive.
So I need to scrape what's left on that biscuit off into here.
You can maybe try and chop that biscuit up actually.
Jenny, I'm disappointed in you. Thank you very much.
Right. Now this is where you have to be. This is where you have to be nice children, because we have to have it split up equally.
Well, I'm going to let Deborah do that. Well, is there anything nice with a warm digestive? Deborah or Emma have to do that.
Just making sure it's all coated in.
Oh, hang on, let me get you taking a picture of that. It's very meta.
And I'll do this because they can't be trusted.
No, we really
to
can't.
make it equal. Yeah.
You do, and then we can pick.
I feel like you should be weighing these like they do on the Bake Off.
See, if I was doing things for the tea room, I did used to weigh things.
I don't think any recipe was ever ruined by extra chocolate or extra bacon.
I've got mixed feelings, however, at seeing all these naked Maltesers. It's
Well, they're not going to be naked because you're pouring more chocolate on the top.
They're going to be in. Hang on, let me get my nose. They're going to be enrobed in lashings of
they look
chocolate.
lonely and a bit sad. Just
So
now.
we want yours spreading out.
Okay.
And we want this one. Well, if you're taking photos, I'll spread yours
So
out.
we'll swap in a minute.
I'll come and spread. I'll spread this one for you now.
Thank
If you want to.
Thank you.
So
We've got to get it right into the corner.
right into the corners. And then this is just we're gonna leave this. Ideally, you'd leave it for a couple of hours
Right.
and just let it set. You wouldn't put it in the fridge though.
Oh, why not? Does that make it go bloom?
It can, yeah, it kind of separates the butter. So
See, another technical term, bloom.
So I did many years ago. I did an interview with you for my blog. For my
You did it. I never
podcast.
saw it go out.
Well, that's because it never went out.
Oh.
So tell us a little bit about what that was about.
Yeah, so it was about a charity I work with called Remember My Baby. So we take remembrance photos for families that have a baby born sleeping or dies very soon after birth, and it's just to make sure that all families, and it's done for them free of charge, and they get a USB of black and white images, and so to make sure all families get the gift of remembrance. and get the gift of newborn photos. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So, and what I'll do is I'll put all the details in with the video as well. So this is the first stage. So we just need to leave this to settle a bit. So that it's hard enough to pour more melted chocolate on it. Yeah. Just in case there's not enough. Yeah. Okay. And we will come back in a little while when this is settled and pour on more chocolate.
stay